Dream interpretation fell out of favor around the same time as psychoanalysis did. However, I want to show that it still has a place within therapy, even in contexts outside of psychoanalysis. So, why use dream interpretation in therapy? Well, many different psychopathologies have been shown to be linked to dream content, and not only that, they have different dream content. Psychosis, drug use disorder, bulimia and anorexia, and post traumatic stress have all been shown to increase nightmares. In PTSD, for example, their nightmares are characterized by dysphoria, threats to survival, and bodily integrity, whereas in drug use disorder, obviously, it's more cravings and guilt. Dream interpretation treats these as a potential window into the patient's illness. However, different psychological paradigms will approach the dream differently. The continuity hypothesis is that a person's personal concerns, psychic conflict, emotional predispositions, and real life experiences are reflected into the dream state. That dreams have a meaning and are not just meaningless noise that's created by the brain as it goes through the sleep process and therefore unable to be interpreted. This is supported empirically, for example, in a study on personality traits, which showed that a person's dream character will have a lot of the personality traits and dispositions carried over from waking life, and also a study on film content, which showed that a person who is shown a more stressful film will have a more stressful dream that night. There's been a lot of empirical research which backs up the effectiveness of dream work in general. Um, for example, troublesome dreams, which are a frequent complaint of patients, understanding them helps to reduce their recurrence. Also, discussing dreams with a therapist helps to reduce dropout rates, where therapy sessions involving dream interpretation improve the therapist patient alliance, increase insight, and improve application of therapy into a person's life. But there are several different ways of doing dream work and of interpreting dreams and integrating them into therapy, and it's not unique to a given paradigm. However, the oldest is the psychoanalytic, and modern psychoanalysis contends that much of Freud's original theory stands up to the test of time. For example, the idea of dreams as wish fulfillment is backed up by modern neuroscientific research, which shows that the dreams are generated through the same pathways that instigate goal seeking. Dream interpretation can provide access to psychic conflict and overcome waking defenses, which matches up with Freud's idea that dreams are a road to the unconscious. Dreams also resurface significant memories, fantasies, and daydreams, which may be hidden in waking life. Uh, Freudian theory says that dreams represent unacceptable desire abstractly, and a psychoanalytic therapist will use free association to help decipher these dreams. Modern psychoanalytic dream analysis attempts to find transference. Who is the analyst in the dream? What symbol or character represents them? But there are different strains of psychoanalysis, and they will interpret the same dream differently, which is a major problem for the theory. Um, the existential perspective is summed up by this R.D. Laing quote, which says, "Many of us do not know or even believe that every night we enter zones of reality in which we forget our waking life as regularly as we forget our dreams when we are awake. Not all psychologists know of fantasy as a modality of experience, and that's just it. Dreaming is seen as a modality of experience that is every bit as real as waking, something that we are rather than something that we have, and patients are encouraged to relive the emotions of the dream and relay the smallest details of it. Focusing on the experience of dreaming, how dreaming reflects waking concerns, but it doesn't transform the images of the dream into something that they are not. It analyzes the dreamer and not the dream. Um, an existential approach focuses on looking at the narratives of selfhood and its limits as they are communicated into the dream space. It's a, quote, relatively unique opportunity for critical reflection on clients' sense of selfhood, as they explore it within the freedom of dream space. And this critical reflection on selfhood is seen as a positive outcome in and of itself. For a long time, dreams were considered unworthy of therapeutic interest by those practicing CBT, but some authors within the field have argued for a CBT perspective on dreaming Dreams are seen as reflecting the schemas and cognitive distortions of waking life, and interpreting them helps to identify these distortions. In addition, the parts of the dream that are remembered and the way that a patient interprets their own dreams helps to provide insight into these schemas. And the idea is that dreams have already been interpreted by the patient because they impose their own structure onto their experience, just as they do in waking experience. A CBT therapist may encourage patients to try learning to lucid dream to cease being victimized by dream emotions, a form of treatment with pretty high success and also pretty analogous to what CBT does with waking experience. And here are my references. Thank you.